We've all heard about big data and the promise that it offers. We wanted to see some in-depth examples of big data in action. And where better to go to look for this than kayak.com. Kayak has a unique business model. CTO Giorio Zacharia gave us some of the insights into Kayak's success at putting big data and analytics to work in the real world.
The hotel data problem is a very interesting one because we receive the hotel databases from multiple providers, and then we need to match and merge them. For example, Travelocity may have slightly different information about the amenities that Priceline might have or Booking.com might have. And we need to rationalize this data, clean it up, and create one unique record for every hotel that we have in our database. We cannot be having duplicate records, of course.
Bringing all this data together can be a challenge. And at the volumes and speed required to serve thousands and thousands of concurrent individual users, humans could never cope. Kayak has to train machines to be able to make the same decisions as human experts.
We train machine learning models by teaching them how a human would have merged these records. So the ground truth is how human experts decide how to combine this data. And then you train a machine learning model that does most of these tasks automatically for you. And the ones that is not the model is not confident about is kicked off in a human processing loop for a human reviewer to make the final call. Yeah, for example, you get a hotel, and one of our data providers, let's say Orbis, thinks it's a 5-star hotel. Priceline thinks it's a 3-star hotel, and Expedia thinks it's a 4-star hotel. What do we show on our website? And so a human expert can decide that this is probably a 3 or a 4-star hotel based on the amenities. So they go through the amenities that each provider has. Now, maybe each one of our provider was correct at the time they made the decision. So maybe it was at some point a 3-star hotel, but then they added a nice bar and it became a 4-star hotel. So looking at the age of the information, the human editor can make those right decisions. And having made tens and hundreds of thousands of these decisions in the past, we can train the machine learning models on these examples of how to do this further.
By having that collaboration between technical ability and marketing imagination, they've been able to make some stunning innovations.
It's very organic. So it may be an engineer or it may be a marketing person who comes up with the idea. An analytics person will take a look, and if we have something interesting, then the marketing team takes it out and reports it. Sometimes it could be a data scientist reporting it as in our blog. So it's very organic. It may even come from an engineer, not even an analytics person. The idea to look into something.
Kayak measures real-time data, behavior, user experience, and fundamental to Kayak's success is how they see the process. They are always learning and experimenting, watching behavior and paying attention to the user experience.
As I said earlier, we do a lot of A/B experiments. So the color of a button, the font choice, how much detail we show for each hotel or flight in the results page versus the deeper details page. All of these decisions are made by deploying an A/B test. So any user of Kayak at any given time is part of several A/B experiments where we are testing multiple aspects of the website. Even complete redesigns of the website or the mobile app are also deployed as experiments so that we see how the users end up using it, and then we make the final decision. And the website is essentially optimized in a Darwinian way for the best user experience.
And maybe in the end, it's their special culture that makes them so successful. That culture of collaboration.
It may be an engineer or it may be a marketing person who comes up with the idea.
It's a culture that's always questioning. It's not afraid to be surprised.
It's interesting to find out the optimal level of detail that you should expose in the results page as opposed to later. So we thought reviews were more important rather than rates for room rates or amenities. It turns out our users were not as interested in seeing multiple aspects of the review score of a hotel. They were interested only in the summary one, and then they would like to see more information like amenities and room rates. So over time, we all these were evaluated as A/B experiments, and sometimes our intuition is corrected by our users. We are observing that as more and more users transition to smartphones, the later adopters actually prefer to go directly to the mobile website of Kayak rather than downloading an app. That was another interesting surprise for us.
So that's the story of Kayak.com, taking on the technical challenges and more, merging a unique business model with a culture of learning, questioning, and collaboration, constantly learning from their customers, and using that knowledge to achieve stunning business results. And isn't that what big data and data analytics is all about? Check out this page for additional resources that you can use to explore this topic. And keep visiting this site as we'll add real-life case studies and additional information.